Yeah.
Well, ever wondered who creates those amazing pumpkins you see at this time of year? We actually have artist and pumpkin carver Deedra Levy here to show us how it's done. Deedra, come on over here.
All right.
And show, like, just a little word about Deedra. So you're not just an artist with the pumpkins, you are a mixed martial artist.
Well, that too.
You do both. You're very fit, and then you're carving pumpkins, which is very cool.
A little bit of both, yeah.
So how do you start? What is this called, and how would you do something like that on a pumpkin? They're amazing.
I guess you would just call this 3D pumpkin carving. So it's essentially you're taking this tool right here, and you will use this to scale off the top layer of your pumpkin. So it'll look like this once you've scaled it all away.
Okay.
So this is the surface that you're going to use to work on.
Okay, so you don't want to go too deep.
No.
But you want to make sure you've got that whole sort of dark orange layer
You
gone.
want the orange off because you can't work with it. It's way too hard.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't.
Now, when you get to
through it.
this, I mean, the 3D face that you've done in there is phenomenal.
Thanks.
How do you start to figure out how that's going to look?
So what you do is you kind of start by looking for a brow. Okay, so you'll sort of drag across to look for a brow.
And ladies, we know how important the brows are, right?
So important.
Yeah. I didn't see a brow there, but all of a sudden
She's doing some microblading.
So once you've established the brow,
Yeah.
then you start to like establish a nose.
Okay.
And it's like very rudimentary at this point. You don't have to like work anything too detailed at this point. You're just sort of figuring out the lay of the land.
All right.
And then, you know, the marionette lines. Ew, right?
So once you've but it's kind of true, right? So once you've sort of figured out brows, nose, mouth, eyes, you're going to see what Deedra does with this, because we're going to let you go to it and work at it, and we will show them the finished project. How
Awesome.
about
Thank
that?
you. Okay.
Okay. While you do that, we want to talk about the tools, because you do this every year with the kids. We do it with the kids. It's mostly Leo, but I sit back and watch actively.
with a glass of wine.
With a glass of wine.
Yes.
But it's a lot of fun for them, and we just do very simple. But if you want to make it a little bit more fancy, maybe you need some good tools.
Well,
Can you show them your tools?
Yeah, so this is a pumpkin carving set that you can purchase. And you have everything in there from knives that you have to even some picks and some scoopers. This is a 3-piece set that I just bought as well, just to demonstrate something that's super easy. So that's the one that's going to be able to cut through. Okay. This is your pick that's going to push through. That's your scooper. A little bit of a key. The #1 tip when it comes to carving a pumpkin comes to the top.
Okay.
When you come to the top, you always want to cut in at an angle.
Right.
The reason for that is so that the top actually will sit. Some people will cut at the reverse angle, and that top will just fall through.
Right.
So, just one little tip. The angle has to be an inward angle.
Yeah.
The key to really making great pumpkins out there, if you're really somebody that's not as technical as the artist that we have with us today, is to go and get some good old stencils.
Get the stencils.
So you can see the stencil that we have right there. We carved it right out. Super easy. Your first step is you're going to put the stencil on. You're going to then just take a little bit of the pokers that we have here, and you're going to go through and you're going to outline on the pumpkin the stencil, and then you're just going to cut around.
Okay, and that's what you did for this guy.
Yeah. If you don't like to do things.
Yeah.
And maybe, I think...
You're a little lazy.
Yeah.
Maybe you had a busy week at work and you don't have the time. I love this one, though.
Yeah, so this is a kit. So you can see inside there we have skeletons and all the rest having a party. All you have to do is hollow your pumpkin, cut a big square. This just attaches to the front, really super easy. You put the skeletons in. We can throw a light in there, too. Do you want to throw a light in? I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but it's all right. But we can throw a little bit of a light. And there you go. Oh, one of our skeletons fell over. It was a bad Friday night.
He had too much fun. Look at that. You can put whatever you want in there. Think about it. You can do, if your kids want to do happy little toys, you know, maybe Halloween freaks them out a little bit, you can do that too. They put Lego.
You know what I mean? Little Lego figurines in there.
That's a great idea.
And then finally, if you're somebody that wants to make something look a little bit more fancy, and you want to use power tools.
Yes.
So power tools, like sometimes you're just like, you know what? I just have to use a power tool, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. When I brought this out, my wife says, this is what we use at the nail salon.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
You know, the little gel refill.
You got it.
I think I can handle this.
What the goal is we want to make boo. Okay? So I've already outlined on the pumpkin. You can see that I've already used my pins to go through and outline. So you can see that we've already started one of the O's with the Dremel there.
Right here. It's already been carved out.
And then we have the other O. So I'm going to see how you are at the
Whoa!
You want to back it off a bit?
Yeah. That's a bit better. Whoa! You got to go a little bit light.
You got to go within the lines. It's really kind of important.
Okay, I think I'm getting it.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm just going to go a little bit lower.
No, go faster.
Go faster!
I want to see it all over the place.
Guys, look, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Hello, will I be using power tools this Halloween? No.
No.
Look what I'm doing. It's crazy.
There you go.
But it's also addictive.
It really is. Is that, you know what?
You can't even tell the difference between which one Frankie did and which one I did. They're identical. It's much more fun with one of these. I love it.
There it is. The key is when you're using a Dremel, you want to make sure that your wall is about 1 inch. So when you're carving out, 1 inch. So that way, when we put a light in, the light will go through and it'll actually glow, and you'll see the light, and you'll actually see that illuminate that boo. That illuminate.
So cool.
Which is really kind of cool.
Yeah, I'll let you finish this one.
Yeah.